So at what level they took a decision to grant extra time then and there? Who took that decision? Unilaterally withdraw the grace marks, and before this honorable court, they say, we committed a mistake, we committed a blunder, now we are withdrawing it, we are having a retest. The paper was the actual paper. If at all, as Canara Bank was wrongly distributed, Canara Bank should have been retained.
Question papers from Canara Bank were distributed at 12 centers. But kindly see, out of 4750, out of 12 centers, 4 centers replaced the Canara Bank question papers with State Bank of India question papers.
Now, talking of Bahadurgarh, they say there are 3 centers in Bahadurgarh. There is only one city coordinator who is authorized to collect paper. Now, for the 2 centers, they say the SBI paper was collected, given to those 2 centers. There was some delay in distribution. So at what level they took a decision to grant extra time then and there? Who took that decision? These 2 centers, they extended time. Only SBI paper was given. Hardyal School, the curious case. Now, in their note, what they say is that for Hardyal School, the paper distributed amongst the student was both SBI and Canara Bank, both papers were given to the students. At Hardyal School, Jajjar, initially both set of questions paper were distributed. What is this system? I fail to understand. After some time, SBI question paper was withdrawn. Now, who gave these instructions that SBI paper is to be withdrawn? If it was the actual paper. If at all, as Canara Bank was wrongly distributed, Canara Bank should have been retained. But they say both were given, meaning thereby there is absolutely no sanctity. SBI is withdrawn, Canara is allowed to do. She says there is not a minute delay. Canara Bank paper was distributed. After 47 minutes or 50 minutes, we got to know that it should have been SBI. We contacted the agency, NTA. And they said, now its time has gone, now let them attempt Canara Bank. And we allowed them to attempt Canara Bank. The principal of the school is on record, and we can run the video just now. Now, in order to overcome of this, because they, after allowing the Hardyal School people to attempt Canara Bank paper all the time, they also gave them the grace mark. He says there is absolutely no place in system. Somebody attempted Canara Bank paper, the entire 3 hours and 20 minutes, NTA grants them grace marks. Then they literally withdraw the grace marks, and before this honorable court, they say, we committed a mistake, we committed a blunder, now we are withdrawing it, we are having a retest. This honorable court, the other coordinate bench, only says that, all right, you are withdrawing grace marks, you are having a re-examination. Fine, go ahead with it. But there is no adjudication that how they picked up 1,563 people, first to give grace marks and then to withdraw and a re-examination. There is another important fact, my lord, which they have not brought to my lord's notice. Out of this 1,563, 773 people were those people who could not make it even 164 marks. They were failed. After compensatory marks, they could not get even 164. They were allowed the re-examination. All students have to be put at par. There are no 2 question papers which are at par with each other. Cannot be, in my humble submission. And this Canara paper, of course, they knew that is not to be used, but wrongly used. Now, curiously, in this 2-page note, they say, out of 3,307 candidates, 7 candidates have secured more than 622 marks, which corresponds to the top 56 rank, success rate 0.05. How they have picked up entire data placed before this honorable court today by the learned Solicitor General is with reference to 164 marks. For this 3,300, the reference point is 622 marks. And 622 marks out of 56,000 candidates. Probably this is the best picture they could. They have not given this data. So there is no parallel. Can't be. So this vitiates the integrity. Now, going, I'm just rapidly wrapping up. Going back to Rajasthan, Savai Madhopur and Ghaziabad. These students, they say late loss of time. The same day, the answer, the OMR sheets and question paper were there with these students for 6 hours, first 3 hours, 20 minutes, and later on the full time. How they can be said to be at par with the other candidates who had to attempt the same question paper? It was the SBI question paper was given to them in the morning session at both places. Ghaziabad, they refused to respond. Even Savai Madhopur, what is the justification for the same day and who took that decision? Now they say that, all right, all these people, these invigilators and city coordinators are all private people, but we control them through CCTV camera. They are on affidavit before this honorable court saying that we got to know at 4:30 from social media that there was a loss of time in Savai Madhopur because a wrong medium question paper was given. Where is the CCTV camera? Why couldn't they come to know that there is a wrong question paper given to the people for 2.5 hours? The moment this honorable court finds that there is a paper leak and the fact has been established that it is a paper leak case, in that situation, unless and until the honorable court reaches a firm conclusion that we have been able to identify all the culprits and there is nobody left in the system who has from a back door is entering and becoming a doctor, unless that satisfaction is recorded, this is my proposition for my lord's consideration, the examination cannot be sustained.
Point is that unless the court comes to the conclusion today,
Correct.
that all the tainted persons are identified as of date, you have to order a recall.
Correct. That's my proposition for my lord's
You can
consideration.
reflect on it for a moment.
Now, my lord, I put it in a sequence, especially in the effects of this case when the handiwork is of a gang operating interstate. No denying the fact. No denying the fact that the main mastermind is yet to be arrested. No denying the fact that the mobile phones used for dissemination of sold question paper have not been recovered. This, my lord, coupled with the fact which I have pointed out, but the reference, the learned Solicitor General, the analysis did in their reply before this honorable court on affidavit says that CBI is investigating the matter. The conclusive opinion as to whether it was a systemic failure or not, that conclusion can be arrived at only after comprehensive analysis of everything. This is their reply of NTA in para 9 of their reply. So they are not sure themselves that whether it is a systemic failure or not. They will come to this conclusion after the CBI investigation.
Yes.
Now, my lord, in Tanvi Sarwal case, my lord, I just want to read 2-3 lines, my lord, for my lord's consideration.